Peter de Bouvere. I work for Team Leader, and I'm going to talk about done. When is something done, or when is someone done with something? I'm going to talk about nifty trick to get things off your plate. So Team Leader. Team Leader is a software company. We're a SaaS software company, so software as a service, and we create a tool for SMEs, so small to medium enterprises, and we provide CRM, project management, invoices, and a complete package to manage your business. So we have an engineering department, and we are structured into teams. Each team is composed based on a domain. Well, I lie, it's not a domain, it's more of a focus, because project management is more than one domain. But the general focus for us is, in my team, is to look for improving the way that creative agencies do their work. So a quick question here, who works in a development team? Well, most of and who does that using Scrum, or try to use Scrum or Agile? All right. And who here works in a team that is formed around one domain or focus or context? Okay, that's nice, almost every one of you. Well, at Team Leader, recently we had like a shift. We had teams that were based around a focus, but we also had a team for mobile, for our mobile app. We also had a team that featured designers. So all the designers in one team, all the mobile developers in one team, and then a team for invoices, a team for projects, a team for CRM, and so forth. We changed that. We created new teams, and every team now has developers and one or more product managers, also designers, QA engineers, and even other roles. So that's important, because now, instead of asking designers to please design something for us because we need it, we are blocked by something, now the designers are in our team, they're working for our team, and they are aggressively adding value to our team without us having to beg for it. Vice versa, QA engineers also don't have to beg anymore for bug fixes, because they're in our team, they put things in our sprint. So it's a whole new way of working for us. So I am the Scrum Master in that team. I'm also the lead developer, but I'm talking here as my role as Scrum Master. So what is my goal? My goal is to make sure that the sprint we're in goes along smoothly, that we deliver value, and also to quantify our progress. It's very important for C-level, for other managers, that they know how much they can give us, they know how much we can deliver, or at least have a broad idea of it. So, coming to the essential of this talk is, what is done? When is something done? In our sprints, we drag something from the backlog to development. We start working on it. We drag it to review. It gets reviewed. It gets merged to master, and then in Team Leader, about-ish, it gets automatically deployed to production behind a feature flag, thankfully. And then when it's on production, so when it's actually live but hidden for our users, it gets tested by product managers or designers or other roles in Team Leader. And each of those has a different definition of done. When one of the developers has written the code and created the pull request, he can say, or she can say, I'm done. Then somebody has to review it. Afterwards, can say, I'm done. But when is the issue or the story done? Now, it used to be that as soon as a product manager said, okay, I'm happy with what's on production, this is done, our burnout chart goes down, everybody's happy. But now we have a developer in our team whose focus is on mobile, and we have a iOS app. Now, Apple does not allow you to quickly push things to the App Store. There's a process, it takes days, if you're lucky. And if it comes back because there's a problem, you're not lucky. So our sprints were getting like clogged. Our progress was stagnant. People were asking questions. Why is that line not going down? Why did we change the teams? And suddenly it all became slower. Well, to measure is to know. Well, that sounds way better in Dutch. So what we do is in my team, we really look at the burnout chart. How are things going? If that line is not going down steadily, there's a problem. We overestimate it, we underestimate it, or our sprint was too full or too empty. And C-level and the vice president of products and our product managers, they're all looking at it and saying, is there something wrong here? So now comes the trick. So when done, it's actually not done. I think that slide is in the wrong order. So that's when we consider something done, but it's not really done. So this is the trick with the disappearing acceptance criteria. The trick to every good backlog is good acceptance criteria. Every story, even every bug, every improvement, every task has to have clear acceptance criteria. Those are things we can use to tick off when we're testing on each level, like when we're reviewing, when we are UATing, even afterwards when it's been on production for a long time. Let's check, is this really what we wanted? Yeah? So imagine there's a story and it says we have to have this new functionality, a small API change, but don't forget our own app also has to adapt to that change. That's an acceptance criteria. So what we do sometimes is take an acceptance criterion and say, well, let's create a different task for it. Let's create a different issue, maybe a bug or a story, or just like cheat. Like, okay, take it out, put it in the next sprint, we'll prioritize it, but then we can say this piece of work is done. It's considered released. Now, there is a catch. If you do that, you have to follow up. You have to know what you're doing. You have to be on top of your backlog, on top of your sprints. You also have to communicate very thoroughly with other departments. Thankfully, at Team Leader, we have a dedicated go-to-market team, customer support team. So we have a lot of support. But those people need to know that, okay, something is live, something is released, we're done with it, but it's still behind that feature flag. Maybe they want to know that, okay, we want to release this, but we want to release it after we communicate with our customers. Like, be ready, there's a new feature coming up, and then they can release it. So there's a lot of talk, there's a lot of communicating, and that's a lot of work. And that's the downside. The upside of it is, of course, that we can present a better representation of how much work we can do, how much work we can handle. So that's the important stuff. And now, whenever somebody asks me, when is it done? When is this story done? Then I give the favorite answer of any person working in IT. Depends. Depends. I mean, does it have to be everywhere, on every platform? It does. Okay, well, maybe we should create a different morsel of work to do that, so that we can release it, get it off our plates, get focused on the next thing. Let somebody else take care of it. Don't like babysit your work from beginning to finish. So yeah, thank you. I'm done. Besides from any questions?
What's to measure?
What's to measure is to know in Dutch. If it sounds better, you have to say it in Dutch.
Meten is meten.
Very nice. It sounds better, yes, you're right.